Alright, you homicidal bastard. So when it comes down to Skarlet, I'm very strike throw heavy with her. Let me explain to you why. Let's say I punish my opponent, right? How I use Skarlet, you'll rarely see me do this. Rarely. That means you did something super unsafe, I'll hit you with it. Usually, I'll do something like this, and then play this mind game, right? Now, let's say I punish you, right? One of my favorite ways of punishing people is doing this right here. That right there, or I can even do something like this, or shit, even this. Doesn't matter, right? Let's say I punish you. I get health back. I have the hit advantage of 10. From right here, you're going to have to guess. It becomes a guessing game. Let's say Fujin decides to jump or press any button. One, he's going to lose 11%, and in total, I'm going to get 14% health back. Just off of doing this, one, let's say he jumps or press buttons. Look at how much damage he lost and how much damage I'm going to gain. I'm going to gain basically 14% health back for 2 bars. I get 14% health back for 2 bars, and you lose 30. You're not always going to want to press after getting hit by that. Meaning, you do this, walk up grab is going to be your best. Look how much damage they lose off of that. So, it literally becomes a guessing game for your opponent. Not only that, you could throw them off. You could do your freaking plus frames, right? You could do something like this, and then just oppress them from right there. Or you could do this right here, do your forward 4 into a grab or a short hop, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's the whole point of this is that they're going to lose a lot if they guess wrong. That is the point of this. And there's also really smart ways of even doing it. You could even do stuff like this, and then go into that, and I'm completely safe. I'm completely safe. Or I can go into tongue, because that second hit, they could duck off of it. But if they're not ready for it, not only that, but also you could do something like this right here. That's going to throw your opponent off, and then walk up, grab them. So there's so many mind games to Skarlet that you could be completely safe. You could do little risky things like I showed you right there. There's just so many mind games to her. And think about this. Let's think about it. If I grab my opponent, right, I throw them across the screen, they have to worry about me dashing up and throwing tongues, and they're losing 2% every single time. If they get hit by this, that's 8%, and they're just getting walked upon. Next thing you know it, you're in the corner, and you don't want to be in the corner against Skarlet. You just don't. That's just one place. Skarlet in the corner, she should be banned. Like, there should be a thing where if Skarlet tries getting into the corner, like, she just can't. Because it's like, she's so busted in the corner. It's not even funny. Right up there with Noob Saibot. Her corner game is so stupid. I don't even want to get into it. But yeah, adding this. And you could do this off of other strings. You could do it off of this. They have to guess, mid or grab. So think about it. When you grab, damn near all of Skarlet's moves push your opponent all the way over there. Minus her forward 4. Like this shit pushes your opponent over there. This shit you get a hard knockdown up close, whatever. But for the most part, you're going to throw your opponent across the screen. And what's the double-edged sword about Skarlet is that, you know, she doesn't really have to play the wake-up game. That's one of the things about Skarlet, she doesn't have to. And, you know, it's nice that you don't have to really play that game. You have also other moves that I don't have to play the wake-up game. Say I do this, then I'll walk and grab you. I'll do trance, and it's like, boom. Instead, you're going to be eating tongues and blood balls, and I'm walking in on you, and I'm just pressuring you, or I'm being smart about it, or I'm just walking you down. You know, that's the way I like to use Skarlet. You know, I like to pressure my opponent all the times. Or if I want to chill in the back, I could chill in the back if I want to. That's one thing I've been actually working on. Just like not always being a fucking brain dead, like rush down Skarlet player, and just being more patient, because every time I play against a Skarlet player, like I just get frustrated. I hate playing against Skarlet, if you want to be honest. But there's that. Definitely using Bloodshot off of, if you get that punish, even doing something like this, in my opinion, I think it's worth it. I think it's definitely worth it. Because if you really think about it, your opponent could break out of this. they could break out of that. Instead, get your unbreakable damage, and then from right there, just pressure your opponent from right there. That's definitely one thing you can definitely do. Bloodshot is going to be your best friend. Also, being able to do stuff like this into grabs with your best friends. Parry cancels is going to be your best friends. So it's like adding this strike throw to Skarlet is definitely going to make your opponent's life a living hell. It really is. Even doing like something like this into grabs, people get thrown off by it, and then into plus frames. There's no reason after your pokes to go into anything other than this or this right here. Like, there's no reason to. Or a grab. There is no reason. You should not be doing down ones into forward fours anymore. That's the thing in the past. You shouldn't, like, I'll make a video on this later on how I feel about Skarlet's forward four. But, you know, if you're landing this, you're going to want to be doing stuff like this. Or, what is it? Stuff like that. Or even, boom, this, grab. Just to throw your opponent off. This is probably, if you want to get a guaranteed grab, doing this, like, people are just always going to be expecting that second kick. Instead, they get grabbed, or, boom, use that space. Do something like that. Or even do something like this. Boom, strike throw. Just right there. There's hella shit you can do. But for the most part, if you're landing your pokes, you're not going to want to always go into your forward four and do that shit. You're going to want to go to your standing one and your plus frames. Also, for your down four, you got to realize, this is real. Like, doing a down four into a grab with Skarlet is fucking real. You can do this shit now with Skarlet. This is something people really need to start taking advantage of, is that her strike throw game is really nice. And the fact that you throw your opponent across the screen, yeah, that shit says 13%, but let's say they block this shit, that's 15% right there, damn near guaranteed. If you, like, just chill and, like, just really time your opponent, like, that's 15% right there. I know it's just adding 2. I don't want to lie to you guys. Let's actually see. Is it 2% that it does? Yeah, exactly, right there. 2 fucking percent right there. If you add, what is it, Red Rain, which I think is definitely worth it, you know, this shit will start adding up. Like, holy shit, the chip will definitely start adding up. So it's like, yeah, it says 13%, but, you know, that's a 15% grab right there. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That's 15%. You play your shit right, that's 15%. Or if they start blocking that, that's 15% right there. I don't care what anyone says. So definitely realize that if you grab your opponent, throw them across the screen, play your shit right, 15% grab. Super ghetto, but it is what it is. That shit adds up. Moral of the story is, shit adds up with Skarlet. It really does. If your opponent just starts doing stupid fucking decisions against your Skarlet's pressure, it just adds up. Like, literally, being able to spend, the fact that you're able to spend 2 bars, right? If your opponent presses, being able to do something like this, or even doing something like, let's say my opponent is just mashing the entire way, which will happen. Doing something like that, and they're pressing again. Think about it. Think how much. Look at. Let's actually see. You know, Skarlet. All right. And then right there, they have to guess. They have to fucking guess. Let's make my opponent not same as 1. This one will be 100%. Let's think about this shit, right? This is what makes Skarlet a very wild character. Let's say my opponent is pressing, right? I get this shit back, and then I'll get a grab. Look at that shit right there. Look how much that shit adds up to. It's ridiculous. That's if they're pressing. So you could also be completely smart, do something like this, and then do it once. If they are pressing, you'll know it because they get hit. And that right there, not only that, but you could do something, let's say, we'll do something like that, and then 1, and then stagger into that. So there's a lot of mind games to it. Moral of the story, like I said, shit adds up. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Holla back. Check you bastards later. Deuces.